husband John and I had a roundabout way to the Ronald McDonald house. At about the 12-week mark, the doctor called and he gave me results from a blood test. And he said that the baby had over a 99% chance for Down syndrome. So certainly not the news that we were expecting. So after a long emotional discussion, the call was about to wrap up, and I remember blurting out, "Boy or girl?" And the doctor was completely silent and seemed pretty taken aback, and I think he might have been trying to spare me from getting too attached. He said, "You really want to know?" Well, too late. I was attached. Boy.
Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now.
Charlie was due in January of 2015, and yet come Thanksgiving weekend, we were expecting to have some turkey sandwiches and watch some football. Instead, we found ourselves in the hospital having a baby. He was wheeled to the NICU, and I was wheeled to my room. And that was probably the hardest thing that I've ever had to deal with.
I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace.
A pretty serious blood disorder involving immature white blood cells, essentially leukemia cells. And no matter what happened, by age 3, he'd continue to be at 25% risk for developing childhood leukemia.
You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray you won't fade away.
At about the 1-week mark, we had a particularly horrific, grueling day, and I was at my wit's end, and a wonderful NICU nurse pulled me aside and had a little come to Jesus with me, and I am forever grateful to her. And she just was like, "Y'all, Mom, Dad, this is what the house is for." And I remember walking in, and we were carrying all this fear and anxiety and just completely exhausted. And everywhere we looked, smiling faces and calm, quiet serenity, and the scent of freshly baked cookies, which was fabulous and never got old. With each step that we took in the house, we felt the fear gradually being replaced by relief. A volunteer left a beautiful handmade blanket for us, and I cherished that blanket. I remember curling up on the bed the first night when we were here and just being soothed by it and just thinking, this woman most likely was in my shoes once before. Truly the greatest gift that we received from this house and from the volunteers was getting to know our son and not having the stress and the worry. When we walked in the doors here, we were wrapped in love, just like that blanket, that I threw over myself that first night. That's how we felt. We felt loved, we felt supported, we weren't alone. And with donations and continued support, this house can help countless other families be wrapped in love. He is Charlie, and he is beautiful. He's the best thing to ever happen to us. John and I were different people. Charlie is a gift. Down syndrome has been a gift. We would have had no reason to peek behind the curtain and see the way life was for individuals with disabilities, physical, intellectual. No reason at all. And for that, I'm ashamed, and I'm grateful that now I know, because there's a whole other world out there, and it is a beautiful place, and it is a joyful place. Charlie is our teacher, and the kid has reached so many hearts. He's touched so many people so deeply. He's had more impact, more significant impact on people's lives than my entire 42 years.
Every